What is a business coaching and what does a business coach even do? And I'll be perfectly honest, I don't really like the term business coach. It's certainly something that people in the UK don't understand. And it normally comes from people that don't really understand what they're doing, or they're just a coach because they like the name, but they haven't actually got the practical experience. So if you're new to me, you don't know who I am, you haven't seen my content before, my name's Dean Barton. I've started businesses myself. I've done equity deals in companies. I own businesses still today. I'm basically just a person that grew up in a council estate, wanted to make my own money, and just got busy and figured out a lot of things along the way. And one of the things I do today is coaching. It's coaching to help the business owner, the entrepreneur, someone who's driven and hungry, who wants to take their business to the next level. And really, what comes down to it is, well, what does a business coach actually do? And what is business coaching? So there's certain things that you should be looking for in a business coach. But before I get into the 7 key points that I've got in today's video, is that number one, you've got to relate to that person. You've got to be on a level with that person because you're going to be closely bonded as people. It's very intuitive and very intrusive, should I say, working with someone as a business coach in the business, because they're going to be looking at all of your numbers, all of your finances, all of your problems, all of your headaches. You've got to trust that person to be able to be that right person to do that with. And it's likely that you have a relationship with your accountant. You might speak to them 2 or 3 times a year, and actually you're just seeing things at the end when the financial year is done. And you actually haven't got someone there to help you run and grow the business and see the blind spots to go, we need to be doing this, this and this to get you to where you want to be. And first and foremost, look, whenever you're looking for a business coach or anything like coaching or mentoring inside a business, the first thing you should have to do is go, right, what is the goal? Where are you trying to get to as a person? If a coach does not do this with you and they just come in for generic, wishy-washy coaching, they are talking absolute bollocks. Coaching in its essence, if you remove the word business from it and look at sports teams, a coach comes in to do a job, to deliver performance, to get someone from A to B. And that's all coaching should ever be. Where you are now as a business and where you want to be as a business, and basically taking out all the noise, all the bullshit, all the bollocks in between that and going, right, these are going to be your problems, this is what you're going to have to do. Do steps 1, 2 and 3, and this is how it works. A coach does not do it for you. A coach does it with you and helps you set the plan. But like I said, I've got 7 key points that you want to look for to understand, right, what is actually real coaching and business coaching, and what should that really look like for you. So number 1, get on the whiteboard and make it nice and easy. I like things to be very simple. Blind spots. As a business owner, you will always have blind spots. There'll just be things that you can't see because you're in the business. You're actually quite emotional about the business. You started it, you put a lot of work into it, a lot of money into it, a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat and tears, as the saying goes, and you can't see things that you just can't see because you're just too busy in it. You're so consumed by it. You're quite emotional by people you've hired, maybe people have left, maybe a customer hasn't paid you. All of the usual day-to-day stuff that happens in a business, you've got more of an emotional attachment. Whereas the blind spots that a good coach can see, you can just come in and go, right, show me the numbers, show me the figures, show me the KPIs, the key performance indicators of the business. Maybe you haven't even got any of those in the business yet. And just looking at the business objectively and going, why are you doing things this way? Why don't you do it this way? Do this instead. It's going to be a lot easier. It's going to save you time in the long run. It's going to save you money in the long run. A good coach will cover the blind spots for you so that you can actually see properly what you should be doing. So it just makes life so much easier. Number 2, a business coach will draw from personal experience. Personal experience. You know, gone are the days of it being good enough for a business coach to be in a 60-year-old guy who's never started his own business doing courses on business. And this is certainly what I experienced at school when the opportunity came up to do to choose what subjects I wanted to do at school when I was a lot younger, doing business coaching. But I looked at it and go, well, why would I learn business from someone who's never actually started or run a successful business? Like, why would you do that? It's a bit like going to a fat personal trainer. What are you going to get from that person? It doesn't work. It doesn't match. Personal experience is everything, and personal relationships and contacts is going to massively help you as a person. That if your business coach has that as well, because they should be connected. They should know what the crack is because they've been around the block themselves. They're not just talking a good game out of a textbook and going steps 1, 2, 3. Personal experience is going to be a massive thing to draw on, especially when it comes to things like marketing, recruitment, growth plans, and actually setting processes in place to make the business run better, run smoother. And it's also going to be able to help you become a better person as well, like personal development. If you've got someone as a business coach who's actually walks, breathes, talks, and says it how it is and is the person that you want to be like, that's going to be a much better person to actually guide you and help you by basically going, right, this person's done or has got what I want to do. Let me just do what they did, because it will equal the same similar results. Number 3, a different perspective. Because there's always 2 ways of looking at things in a business. There's always looking at things in a negative way, but there's always things that looking at things in a positive way, should I say. Because anything that goes wrong in a business, there is an opportunity to grow and improve and enhance so you do better next time. And sometimes having someone externally who's not emotionally attached, again, just looking at the business, just looking at the raw data, just looking at the facts, going, do you know what? I don't think this is as bad as you think it is. Or, do you know what? Don't get off your high horse. Don't get complacent. We need to do this in this way so this doesn't create a problem down the line. A different perspective is everything. And when you are the business owner, all the decisions rely on you. Your staff are looking at you all the time. You haven't necessarily got someone to bounce ideas off or bounce problems off or bounce just what's going on in your head. So you can just deload and actually just go, what do you think? And actually have someone trusted in your corner to go, right, what do you think? And this is the thing I think with coaching is that anyone who's a high achiever has a coach. Look at sports teams, whether you're into F1, whether you're into football, whether you're into cricket, whatever it is you're into, there is a whole host and a team of coaches to help them. And some of those coaches are very specific. Some of them are attack, defence, injury prevention, psychology, you name it. The best teams have got the best amount of coaches and for all different things. Singers, songwriters, high performers, they're all the same. They've always got a coach in their corner. And a business owner doesn't really have that. And it's just not as common, as widespread. And I don't think there's many people in the UK, especially a lot of people in America do it. It's very common in America to go and get a business coach. America's always really ahead of us. But in the UK, it's always seen as a bit of a, well, why do I want a coach? Because it's seen as almost a bit of defeat, going, well, I can work it all out on my own. But we can't. None of us are as good at everything. None of us are skilled at absolutely everything. And that's where having a different perspective with different strengths and different mindset and different viewpoints to come in and go, do you know what? I think you're really good on this, but I think you're missing a trick on here, here, and here. And this is going to make you a lot more money. It's going to save you a lot more time. And it's actually going to make a better culture and a better business for everyone to work for as well, which is going to be, ultimately, that's what it's about. It's building a team is going to be the most important thing. So that different perspective is everything. Number 4, you get speed with the right coach. You get the straight line. You're at A right now. Wherever you are in your business, you could be a very small business, you could be £1 million a year business, you could be a £10 million a year business, you could be a £50 million a year business. I've worked with businesses all different sizes. Wherever you are, you're at point A and you are trying to get to point B. And that different perspective, that personal experience and seeing those blind spots will help you get to that point B a lot quicker than it takes. Now, that's not to say some bullshit that you can achieve things in 2 weeks or 2 easy steps. Life isn't like that. Business is not like that. Certain things do take time, but you can certainly stop making mistakes and stop doing the wrong things on the way so that you get from A to B as quick as possible. And anyone promising you to do things instantly has never been in a business, because it's just not like that. Number 5, what you get is money. You get profit, you get increased profit, because if you get speed, you're going to do things quicker, it's going to save money. If you get growth, you're going to do more top line revenue. At some point, it's going to filter down to more bottom line revenue. If you get a better team that's more efficient, they work together better, you get better processes in the middle of the business, you are going to make money and more profit. And really, that's what you're in business for. Anyone who owns a business is there to make money, to make increased profits. That's what you all want. So a business coach should never actually cost you money. It might cost you the initial outlay, but the return on investment is actually what it's all about. And I am absolutely pissed off if anyone I work with does not get a massively positive return on investment, because I see that as ultimate failure. Anyone I work with should have a massive return on investment and go, wow, do you know what? The money I spent, the return I've got, it's actually way better than keeping money in the cash, in the bank, sorry. And it's actually better than any investment I've ever made. I want my clients to say that all the time, because I'm a real business person. If I'm going to get help from someone, which I have a lot of, I've spent and invested a lot of money in other business coaches and mentors to help me, I always want to see a really massive positive return on investment. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. You can sit around and be friends all you like and have a great time and get on well with someone, but you have to get a return on investment overall. Number 6, you get a voice of reason. And a voice of reason is someone to just call your bullshit, call you out on what you're not doing, the things you're missing. Sometimes actually, it's not all negative. It's saying the things that you're good at doing, but it's a voice of reason to go through ideas, because look, entrepreneurs, business owners, we have non-stop ideas. We are ideas machine, but not many of them are actually worthwhile pursuing. Not many of them are actually going to be profitable. Not many of them are actually going to be worth doing it. And most of them are going to be a distraction from that straightest line of getting from A to B, like I said about earlier. And it's what gets in your way, because the bullshit gets in the way of the shiny penny, the new idea, the grass is greener, all the different things you could be doing, all the different excitement. We want the novelty, we want the dopamine hit of something new all the time. But in actual fact, in business, we need to be steady eddies, doing good things over time, getting better, improving, and just stacking those wins over and over again over time and getting better, and letting compounding do its work to grow a really good business. And it's really the hardest thing. I find this really hard myself. There's so many times I have a note section on my phone and I have to write ideas down so I can forget them and deload and put them to bed. But I don't do anything with those ideas because they're just actually a distraction. So a voice of reason is massively powerful, and you can imagine the benefit of just keeping on a straight line. You can imagine how much quicker you'd get to your goals if you just did one thing solidly and stuck with it like a dog. It's no different again to like fitness. I'm really into fitness. I think being in good shape is a massive part of being a really successful business owner. If you just do the diet and you do it right for once, you get there so much quicker than years and years of stopping, starting. Direct route is the quickest, easiest way, but having someone in your corner to call you out on your bullshit and tell you stop fucking around saves you so much time, and by default makes you a lot more money. Number 7, last one, you get accountability with a good coach. And there's accountability in the form of checking in with someone, but then there's accountability of checking in with someone and being actually a bit afraid of what they're going to say, and actually having someone who's going to tell you the truth. Because what I can't stand with coaching is that if you check in with someone and they just go, oh, okay, we'll try again next time. That is not coaching. That is bullshit, soft mentality. What business owners need is direct, firm, strong, say it how it is. You are not doing good enough. You are not doing good enough. You could do more. You could do better. I'm not happy. Yes, this is going well, but there is a fucking problem coming here because you're not doing this bit and you're missing this. Accountability is the biggest, best thing. It is the unlock of taking a business so much further ahead, growing so much quicker and easier. Because what I've found with people is that you'll very easily lie to yourself. When it's just you and you've just got goals to hit to yourself, you'll lie to yourself and you'll make excuses. But when you've got to check in with someone, when you've actually got to physically speak to someone, and it's going to rely on you actually speaking to someone else, there's so much more pressure. There is external pressure that, fuck, I've got to do that because I'm meeting him Friday. I've got to check in with him Friday. Or I've got to fill out this report. The minute you've got to do that, you do it. It's a bit like getting a fine through for speeding. The minute that letter comes through, it's an official letter, there's a level of accountability that if you don't reply within 30 days, you don't pay it by 30 days, the fee doubles. Or you go to court. So there is pressure. External pressure and accountability is a really good thing. So getting that accountability has got to come from the right person that you like, you admire, you trust, and you respect. Because otherwise, if it's someone that you don't really give a shit about, you think they're a bit of a dick, you don't trust in what they say, you're not going to have that good level of accountability with that person. And they are the 7 main things that you need to look for business coaching. It is a great thing to bring into a business. It is going to be the best money you ever spend once you find the right person you want to work with. And if you're watching this and you think, do you know what, Dino is the guy that I think I could work with, there's a link below this. You can reach out to me. The best place is Instagram at Dean Barton Real. Drop me a message and we can have a conversation about your business and how we can move it forward and take it in the right place. And that's it, guys. See you on the next one. Bye.